thought it would be fun to kind of give a little bit of behind the scenes on my song Pharaoh's March. A buddy of mine, Tyson down in Salt Lake, was pretty impressed with my guitaring, and I thought it'd be kind of fun just kind of show some of the behind the scenes on this. If you've heard my song already, you may have heard quite a bit of things going on there. I have 17 tracks going on, so there's quite a bit of different sounds happening throughout. Obviously the first thing you hear is the drums. So when I was creating this, I pretty much just started out with just a basic line, which was so that line right there was pretty much played through the whole entire song. I try not to loop anything as much as possible because A, I like to have the practice, and B, it really defines your guitar playing or whatever instrument I'm playing. So when I first started this, I came up with a riff. As I was playing that, it just started to formalize, and on top of that, I also ended up backing up the riff as well with so that kind of instigated the whole entire feeling of the song. What I was looking for was kind of an Egyptian. I've always been infatuated with Egyptian hieroglyphs and just kind of that style, sand, pyramids. And so I was wondering how I could instill something amongst that sound. And what I did is I was playing around. I came up with so I really liked that, and I thought that needed to go into it. And it took me quite a while to figure out what I wanted to do, because it's a whole different technique when you're playing style of music. It's not your typical formula. So it took me a while to figure out where I was going with it. So that became the whole entire drive after. So what you get is a pretty good unique sound when it's all put together. So as I was going along with it, obviously you can't just play that over and over and over, and you've got to mix it up a little tiny bit. And when you're writing a song, you do have to throw in. Typically, you're looking for the bridge or a hook, a chorus, something to that fact. When I came upon where I wanted to go with it, I typically let it go where it feels like it needs to be. Not necessarily where it has to be, but where it wants to go naturally. And that's typically when I'm writing a song, pretty much how it's going through it. It's just got to have a natural progression, and it's got to have a good drive to it. So when I started into the change, I was just looking for that wall of sound that would complement where I was going, and then we'll go back in. And for something like that, it's pretty simple when you're doing those chords. So And in typical fashion of my songwriting, I'm always throwing in little tiny nuances that you typically wouldn't necessarily hear unless you are listening over and over and over again, in the sense that it's like, oh, that sounded a little bit different. So you're not necessarily going to be looking for that sound, but it's in there. So I'm just... And the other thing I like to do is a little bit of fills as well. So you're going to hear that in there as well. So as I'm going through the song and letting it build to where it needs to be, going back into the second portion, you hear that over and over and over again. It becomes really monotonous, and you're not necessarily engaged anymore. So then you got to figure out how to turn that, yet still keep it. So we're throwing in a little bit of different sound that will continue to keep your attention. So being able to add in a different technique and sound, I can still keep your attention. Instrumentals can be a little bit difficult if you're not diverse. So being able to give you the same rhythm or the same notation, but mix it in a different sound. I can capture your attention just a little bit more. So being able to throw that in to it on that second portion gives it a little bit more depth. So throwing in that third to really give it a little bit more diversity continues to keep your attention. Now I've really kind of broken it up a little bit more, added in a little bit more depth and something a little bit more unique, and being able to keep that ideology of the song together. Okay, as we're going into the second chorus, it's going through 4 times to help break that monotony up as well. If you're listening, you can almost envision words happening, and part of that is part of that is being able to mimic it on the guitar, of how you would almost interpretate a singer putting words to it. So going through the chorus, when I was thinking about it, I just wanted a drive in there. You're going to hear somebody do some backing vocals, and this is the instrumental version, which could quite possibly end up having words to it. So we'll see how that goes. So the cool thing that I like about this particular song is it's really given me the ability to spotlight my bass playing. I'm not a bass player. Basically, I'm mimicking what I'm doing on the guitar. However, this particular spot, I'm able to really bring the bass playing out, along with a little bit of diversity on the guitar, where you've been pretty much listening to distortion through all the way up to here, so giving it that clean sound. Really continues to foster the idea of envisioning the whole atmosphere and almost kind of a calm before the storm, if you will, which will be right before my soloing. So when you put those together, it's actually pretty basic concept for a lot of songs when you're creating them. I do enjoy playing the bass line on that. I think for me, one of the biggest things was if I was going to write a song, I would never write something that I couldn't play live. And at this stage in my life, just being able to put it out there, the creativity of a song, for me, is what's more important. If I get the opportunity to be able to play this live, it will be fantastic. However, right now I just want to be able to create something that somebody would enjoy. All right, so now we're at the solo portion of the song, which again, it's all interpretation. However you perceive that you want to lay down your artistic ability. A lot of times I'm pushing something that is usually just outside of my comfort level. I'm going over and over and over and over again just to learn that particular skill or something new that I'm trying to do. So this really enhanced what I was doing as well. So I'm not quite sure if I'll be able to play this without the music, but we'll give it a go here. Okay, the other thing you're hearing as well is a bit of keys in the background, a little bit of just a drone sound, as well as a complementary to the guitar playing, which gives it just enough for that, what I would say, eclectic, unique Egyptian style for the song. I'm not necessarily always a key and synth type of guy, but I really did feel that this is one of those things, again, as I was saying, if I can't play it live, I don't want it in the song, but this is definitely, it adds the element that truly is needed. So when you're it just complements the guitar playing, just gives it a more full sound, and you're hearing that through the soloing as well. But when it's all put together, you get just a pretty phenomenal sound. And with that, I'm gonna just put it all together, and I'm gonna leave you with this. Thanks for watching.